What's going on? This is All Love Gary from Tripod Sports, and today we're gonna be doing like Eli Manning versus the New York Giants. So by now, I'm sure you heard all about the complete debacle that was the New York Giants. Ben McAdoo had benched Eli and said that that he had discussed it with Eli and that Eli was okay with the benching. But what really came out was that they had told Eli he can start the first half of games, and they were going to replace him with Geno Smith and Davis Webb, which was just an absolute joke. And, there's a lot going on here, so we'll get into that today, too, as well. So Eli, he was actually drafted by the Chargers first overall in 2004 and traded to the Giants for Phillip Rivers because Eli didn't really want to play on the West Coast, and the Chargers had Drew Brees at the time, and so he kind of wanted to get playing time. And then he was actually starting behind the Hall of Famer, too, or he's sitting behind the Hall of Famer, Kurt Warner. But Warner got hurt midway through Eli's rookie year, and then Eli took over and then hadn't missed a start since. Of course, his father is Archie, who had a great career with the Saints, and his brother is Peyton Manning, one of the all-time great quarterbacks. So he's got a really good NFL pedigree family. He was first team All-SEC in college at Ole Miss. He was known more as like an accurate quarterback, but he had a pretty strong arm, and he actually had a stronger arm than Peyton, it was said. He was known as being very durable, and he carried that over to the NFL. Like I said, he started midway through his rookie season and didn't miss a start. He had the second longest consecutive start streak in the history of the NFL at 210 games straight. So, like, you always knew, like, he was coming out. And I remember, like, way back when, like, 2008 or 9, he ended up either getting, like, a broken nose or his face gashed in, and he was bleeding everywhere, bleeding like a stuck pig. Peyton even said that. But he kept playing, and he didn't miss a start. Of course, he's a two-time Super Bowl MVP. Remember both times against the Patriots. They beat the Patriots both times, and he was named the MVP both times. Of course, the iconic moment where he scrambled from the pass rush and chucked it down like 40 yards to David Tyree, and it stuck on his helmet. His career, it's only 60% completion percentage, which isn't great, but this is the numbers really where he starts to take off. His career all-time yards, he's thrown for 50,307 yards, and that's 7th all-time. And he's had people like Warren Moon and Joe Montana, other Hall of Famers. And Joe Montana is universally recognized as one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He has 334 touchdowns, which is 8th all-time, ahead of John Elway and Joe Montana again. And he's a 4-time Pro Bowler. So really, Eli's really been consistent for a long time, and what the Giants really did to him, it was really sad to see. And you had even people like Phillip Rivers coming out and saying it was pathetic. So they fired Ben McAdoo. It was a joke, really, what he was doing, how he did that, because you can just see how embarrassed John Mara, the owner of the Giants, was, because he said that they had communicated to it, but then it came out that the communication was different. And with Jerry Reese is firing, I always liked Jerry Reese. You got to remember, he did bring, with Tom Coughlin's help, of course, he did bring 2 championships to the Giants, but he had a lot of misses in recent drafts. And, I guess he had to go too. So I'm really, in closing, I guess I got to stay on Eli's side because I personally think that he is absolutely a Hall of Famer. There's a debate going on. He was never really great, and he actually had years where he was really bad, led the league in turnovers. But when you're ahead of Joe Montana in passing yards and touchdowns, and ahead of Elway in touchdowns, and you're the Giants leader and all that career leader, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, you have to be a Hall of Famer. And he's been loyal to the Giants for so long, really, that McAdoo and Reese were the fall guys. And I really hope that the Giants organization can turn around, because I think it's fun when the Giants are competitive and good. So, like, subscribe. Until next time, this has been All Love Gary.